friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Dina and I am so thankful you stopped by today. Now today's video is probably not everyone's cup of tea. I know you have already noticed by the thumbnail that this is about different hairstyles. Now I have been asked so many times as of late if I would share a couple hairstyles with you, and so today that is what I'm doing. I'm going to share 3 of my favorites, or maybe just the ones that I go to because they're super easy and I can get my hair up this way in just a few minutes flat. So I thought I would share those with you. These also are some that my husband really likes, and I tend to get quite a few compliments when I do wear my hair this way, and obviously that will make anyone feel good when someone has something nice to say about your hair. So I hope that you find some inspiration for your own hair. I will be linking another video at the end of this one. I did a kind of a hair tutorial way back when, and I also inserted all of the products that I use. I have a couple more that I've been using as of late, and I really like them as well, so I'll link them down below. But other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in. As we go through the video, you will definitely notice I use some of the same techniques in each of my hairstyles. When styling the front portion of my hair, this is kind of my go-to look. It's super easy, and by adding a simple little twist at the end, it adds a little bit of volume and texture right around my face. In this first hairstyle, my next step is to secure the rest of my hair up into a very high ponytail. I do leave a couple strands out on each side, and we'll get to those a little bit later. As I turned around to show you my hair here, I glanced over and saw Millicent on the bed. Look at her. She's fallen asleep with her toy in her mouth. She absolutely loves her toys. She's so cute. Okay, so the next step is I split that ponytail in half and pull one side through another small elastic. And on the last pass through, I don't pull my hair all the way through, creating a little rainbow bun, I guess you could say. You'll see me here. And just remember, in the end, it looks a lot better. But now I turn around and you'll see the ends here. I'm going to take those ends and I will simply create a pin curl. Now, if you're not familiar with that, it's just turning that section over my fingers like that. And then I do turn these and just kind of figure out how I want to position them and then secure it in place with one large bobby pin. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this hairdo is just one large bobby pin for each of these pin curls. Then moving to the front, I take a small section from the remaining ends and I place it towards the middle of that little bun and then secure the ends of my bun down on either side, leaving that one strand up front. Once that's done, I create 2 more pin curls. I usually place them maybe one on one side, one on the other. Sometimes I place them together, whichever I prefer that day. And then I just secure them again with one bobby pin each. Really simple and easy to do. Remember to kind of twist and turn them, just trying to figure out where you like them and how you like them placed. I then move back to the remaining ends, usually splitting that into 3 more sections to create more pin curls, twisting and turning once again until I feel they are where I want them before placing a bobby pin to secure them in place. As I move back up front, I like to add a little more texture to the front of my hair by spraying it with some hairspray and using my fingers to kind of separate the strands. I like this look because I feel like it highlights my natural highlights. And I would suggest you do the front of your hair the way you are most comfortable, especially trying out a new hairdo. I think the way we have our hair positioned around our face means a lot to us as ladies, and so if we're comfortable with that, I say stick with that and try something new in the back. Now with these strands, I do curl them a little bit. As you can see on this side, I curl the very end just going up, and then on the opposite side here, I curl it going towards my face because this strand will end up behind my ear, and I want it to kind of flow naturally behind my ear and then towards my face. I do finish it off with some hairspray, just trying to kind of tame any of the flyaways and making sure that each pin curl is kind of set in place. And that is it. This is one of my easy updos that I really enjoy doing because it is so simple to achieve. Now on to this next hairdo, you will see that there is a little bit of a difference in the front of my hair because I do start off by back brushing the crown of my hair just a little bit. And I'm going to use a small, simple braid to add a different type of texture to the front. After completing my braid, I began a technique that is called pancaking it out. I know that sounds weird, but I think it just comes from kind of pulling on each strand of the braid and just kind of creating a flat and fuller part of each strand. Now, this really helps to make my little itty bitty bit of hair look much fuller in the end. Now with this hairstyle, I will be creating a side bun. So the first thing that I want to do is to create a side ponytail. Now when I do this, I do kind of make sure that the back of my hair looks nice and even and smooth because I did do that little bit of back brushing. I don't want that to show through the strands of my hair, so I always check the back. Now I want to go ahead and secure that braid in place by securing it to my ponytail with a small elastic. So I will just put it back and then wrap up that elastic around my ponytail as well, and then using a couple bobby pins in the braid itself to make sure that it stays in place throughout the day. After that, I do pull it out, as you can see, just a little bit more, being very careful so I don't pull it out too much. And as you can see, it has gone from this little teeny tiny strand of hair to looking very full. Now, once again, I tried to make sure all of my flyaways are put in place with the help of a little hairspray before moving on to my bun. Because I don't have a lot of hair, I use a simple twist and curl method with a hair elastic to secure the first part of my bun in place. The next thing I do is I move on to more pin curls. Again, just twisting and turning them into just the right spot before securing them in place. Now, I do use a lot of pin curls so that I don't have to place any more heat on my hair than needed. I like the idea of keeping it nice and healthy and free from any extra heat. I was losing quite a bit of my hair to breakage, and I think it was just a combination of overheating and then using some of the wrong products on it because of my gray hair. Gray hair is a little bit more coarse, and so you do have to be a little bit more careful with it if you want to keep it nice and healthy. Now, my hair is just like my mama's, which I absolutely love, but it does have its little faults. And that is, I have a lot of crazy little baby hairs and flyaways. So I have learned that this clear mascara helps right around your face to keep those right in place all day long. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, on to the last style that I'm going to share today. It is a quick go-to that gets so many compliments. It's an easy side ponytail with a small bubble braid and a little bit of quick curling right at the ends. Now, I'm sure you can tell this hairstyle up front is a combination of the last two. It has the front part right here of my first updo with a little bit of back brushing. After securing my ponytail in place and making sure that the crown of my hair is nice and smooth, I take a small section of hair from underneath my ponytail to wrap around and hide my hair elastic. Now I secure that hair that I wrapped around in place with a smaller elastic that will slip up underneath the wrapped hair. My next step is to create a top and bottom section of my ponytail. I then gather that bottom section into another hair elastic, separate it out, and then grab the top section and pull it through that hole. That creates the first part of my bubble braid. And as you can see there, I kind of separated it apart to make it a little fuller. I'm going to repeat that step, add an elastic, separate that section, pull the bottom half of that top section through to create my second part of my bubble braid. Now my hair is rather short, so I'm just going to do the two sections, but if you had longer hair, you could continue this on and it would be absolutely beautiful, and I'd be a little bit envious. The very last thing I do for this look is create a little bit of curl at the end. Now this one didn't really curl exactly how I wanted it, so while the curl was still hot, I rolled it up a little bit, let it cool, and then let it go and kind of let it sit there while I hairsprayed things in place and dealt with this little strand, and then went back to it and kind of separated that curl to make a more finished look. My hair is something that is very important to me, not because I think it's beautiful or it needs special attention for vanity reasons, but because I truly believe it means something to God. So much so that He numbered each and every one of them. Throughout the Bible, we see many references to hair in the scriptures. It is referred to as a woman's glory. It represents wisdom, beauty, and health. And now that mine is showing its age, Proverbs 16:31 stands out to me. Gray hair is a crown of glory. It is gained by living a godly life. And that is my prayer. I want my life to be a reflection of Him. I pray my standards are dictated by His word and not by others around me. As a Christian, I want to try my very best to represent Him at all times, always remembering whatever I do or say makes an impression about Him. And each day, as I see my reflection in the mirror, I try to look past what I don't like and remember I am a child of God, called by Him for a certain purpose, a purpose He chose just for me. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. I encourage you to look past what you don't like and look at what He created. All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed today's video, maybe found some inspiration for your own hair. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.